Good morning. It's day 10 of the big loop trip from Iowa to Oklahoma City, west to Santa Fe, up to Boulder, up into the mountains, and back home to Iowa. We are finishing our day stay up in the mountains in Silverthorne, and you can see we got a nice fresh coat of snow overnight. So not sure how that's going to make for driving down out of the mountains, but we're going to be packing up here shortly and heading back down to Boulder to drop off my son at school. And then from there, we're going to turn around and make our way back to Iowa. Our goal today is to make it to North Platte, Nebraska, where we'll be spending the night, and then pushing home tomorrow. So I'll keep you posted on how things are going.
If anything, I feel like I could sell said lightsaber for well more than $1 million. The only working lightsaber in the entire world, people would
What are you talking about,
bro?
Job options?
I don't know, you could be Jedi.
You're just gonna have a higher risk of getting, like, robbed.
You go, a welder, a steel welder.
It cuts through metal.
Yeah.
Hi guys. Early afternoon of day 10, just came down out of the mountain, dropped my son off at school at Boulder, Colorado, and stopped for pizza. And we're just getting ready to head out of town. And here's where we're headed tonight. We are headed to North Platte, and according to our state of charge right now, 56%, it is saying that we have to stop in Brush, Colorado for about 35 minutes to get us to North Platte, but it'll get us to North Platte with 12%, which sounds great, but that's not the whole story, because the hotel, and in fact there are no destination chargers of any kind, including Superchargers, in North Platte, Nebraska. So we actually have to do some planning to say what is going to be necessary for overnight, and then getting to the next stop after that. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So here is North Platte. Up here, we're down here near the Denver area, and it says we're gonna have to stop here in Brush, Colorado. Let's turn that off so we can see a little bit better. But what we really want to look at is we need to do some planning for the next morning, which is right here, which is Gothenburg. And so we are going to set that as our destination, which will then say we got to go to Brush, and it's calculating, and we're gonna have to charge for 40 minutes in Brush. And then go to get to Gothenburg in 9%. Now I know that I'm gonna lose some power overnight, even if I shut off Sentry mode. If I factor in probably 5 to 8%, I think that's probably more than generous. Whether or not we stick around and Brush that entire 50 minutes or not, if we look here, we've got another chance, but I think I might just pick this Ogallala stop here and stop there if we need to break things up a little bit instead of sitting in Brush for such a long period of time. Plus, having to stop in Ogallala will allow us to monitor our watts per mile as we're heading east, and if we're doing a little worse than expected, then it gives us an opportunity to stop in Ogallala on our way to our destination in North Platte. So we're gonna get packed up and go, and we'll see what happens to the next stop. right, we arrived at Brush, Colorado with 9% battery, which is about 4 or 5% lower than we originally estimated. Since our last charge, we were at 258 watts per mile, 193 miles, but that was benefited by coming down out of the mountains. Since we actually came down out of the mountains, we averaged 319. Felt like there was a bit of a headwind. So we're gonna get plugged in here for a while and see how long we need to stay. All right, so we've been sitting here in Brush, Colorado for a little while, and our goal was to make it to North Platte tonight, spend the night, and then make it to the next Supercharger station, which is in Gothenburg, Nebraska. And in order to do that, I need to sit here for a while longer. Right now it's saying I'm about -3% to make it all the way to Gothenburg, and I have to keep in mind that I'm probably gonna lose a little bit letting the car sit overnight at the hotel, so I don't want to wait here any longer. Now there happens to be another Supercharger between here and Gothenburg, and it's in Ogallala, Nebraska, and let's plug that in and see what we get. So we'll cancel out of that, and we're going to pick Ogallala.
Now turn right onto North Colorado Avenue.
It says we're going to get there with 34%, which is plenty, so we can unplug now, and where I'm at 85%. Otherwise, I'd have to stick around here longer and charge in an area of the battery that takes a lot longer to charge. So we'll get to Ogallala and then assess how much we want to have before we head to the hotel. Cost of this trip, $15.60. All right, we are in Ogallala, Nebraska. We had 123 miles and averaged 356 watt hours per mile. Don't know why it was so bad this run. We were going downhill, basically. I don't know if it was headwind or what the deal was, but it was higher than I expected. We're gonna get plugged in. All right, so we're sitting here in Ogallala, Nebraska, and it's the last stop before our final destination for the night, which is North Platte, Nebraska. Unfortunately, North Platte doesn't have any way to charge the vehicle in any way possible, fast or slow. So the next place that we're going to need to go to after this stop is Gothenburg, Nebraska, which is further east. And I want to make sure that we have enough headroom with going to Gothenburg to stay overnight and also do a little bit of driving around in town. So I'm going to charge up till it says we can get to Gothenburg with about 25 to 30% charge. If I turn off Sentry mode overnight, that should limit the amount of drain overnight and should allow us to get to the next destination in the morning. So we're almost there. It says 24% state of charge. So as soon as we get to 25, we're going to unplug and head down the road to North Platte where we have our hotel. All right, showing that we're going to get to Gothenburg with 25%, and we're at 61% now. So far we've been charged $3.08 for this particular charge. We'll get unplugged and down the road. All right, we're sitting here at 40%. I ran out to get some dinner, and so our next stop is going to be most likely the Gothenburg Supercharger, and sitting here at 40%. It says we're going to arrive there with 23% charge. So if I turn off Sentry mode, I should be perfectly fine letting it sit overnight and having enough juice to get there. All right, that's the end of the day. As always, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button and that like button. It really helps drive the channel. And also, if you're looking to get 1,000 free Supercharger miles on your purchase of a Tesla, don't miss out on using referral code. If you want to use my referral code, that would be awesome. So until the next video, thanks for watching.